Hello. Welcome back. It's been a little bit since I've done a been a little bit distracted, but today is finally the tattoo tour video that I've put off for God knows how long. I show my tattoos at 27. 27 is a symbolic number in this case, by the way. Or should I wait till 30? And everybody, aka like I think 3 people or something, voted at 27. So the reason for the 27, this video gets deep into my lore, by the way. 27 is for, you know, the 27 club. I'll leave it at that. I try to do these in order from how I remember them, but I don't really remember them. So the first tattoo that I ever did on myself was my semicolon. Semicolon is, you know, self-explanatory. At first, I did this with a sewing needle, I think, or a safety pin, and pen ink. That came out pretty easily, so I taped, like, well, no, it wasn't even tape. It was this whole, like, makeshift contraption of, like, clay stuck up on the inside of a pen, and then, like, 3 or 5 needles or something sticking out. Sewing needles, because then they were really tiny. And then I tried to do it again, and that stayed for longer, but it kept needing to be redone. And then when I finally got my machine, we did it, but that was, like, the first one I went over without any practice after I just got it. So my semicolon needs to be redone for the millionth time once again, just to round things out. Technically, the second ever tattoo I had was this one on this finger, but that was also stick and poke, and that came out in like a week, so I'm not gonna count that one because you can't see any remnants of it. The second tattoo I have is my anarchy symbol. A lot of people have told me that it just like fits so naturally into like just my, it just looks like it should be there, but I think that's because I've also had it like almost also the longest. Anarchy, you know, mostly the placement of it, and it was supposed to be bigger, but I did not understand scale at all, like, because to me that looks pretty big from just looking down at it, but I do need to go over it again, and I want to try to make it bigger, but I don't think I can. The placement specifically was because of King from Bomb City and his anarchy tattoo, because I was like, oh, I need that. I got the anarchy done, I think, before I ever saw Bomb City, though. I'm pretty sure. I think the third? Yeah. No, wait. I don't remember which one of them was the third one. They might have been done at the same time, but it's either this one or my dice. So we all know the symbol. Walla wah! And it's on the middle finger because why wouldn't it be? My dice are from one of Marilyn Manson's tattoos. Are we surprised? Can you even see him in the back? You can see him in the background. A dice because it was like edgy, but it's like, ooh, 666 dice. But his like tattoo is cool. You can't see it on my big tapestry that I have. Yeah, I think the next tattoo I did was my Hussar runes in Scandinavian runes before I literally found out that Finland is actually not in Scandinavia. But they're like Scandinavian specific. This one, I don't know what happened. I think the blowout was insane. It's still raised, like if you felt my arm, freak. It's textured, so that's pretty cool. I think I do need to go over it, but I want to go over it in blue again, but I have no colors. Actually, I might have blue, but mostly the reason I'm doing this video is because I itch for another one, so. It must have been my leg one, so this one, I'm not gonna, you can't, okay, you kinda can. The stay angry peace sign tattoo. So, this one has quite a bit of lore to it, and it's really funny. So, the, like, origin of how I got it there was, it was just originally a very small just practice line, because I was like, okay, I wonder how like tattooing on your leg feels. If you can hear the train, that's literally not my fault. So yeah, it was like just a tiny little line, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, I guess. And then I thought about making it like, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I made it a peace sign because I tattooed a peace sign on my mom and her friend, so we kind of all matched. But then the peace sign there with my anarchy symbol here, I was like, okay,
what the hell are we doing?
This is too contradictory. So the reason it ended up being crossed out was I was at Hot Topic one time. I don't know why I was in there. There was this lady that came over and was like, oh my god, I love your jacket, and like was just like liked my jacket like a lot of people do. And so I was like, oh, you know, like, oh, thank you. Thought that was it, like, okay, back to shopping, like, little compliment, thank you, self-esteem boost in the city. And then she came back and was like, but just to let you know, it's actually illegal in Canada. And I was like, I don't know if it is or if it isn't, but I couldn't give a shit. I've never gotten in trouble for it. There was one time, but that was for having something put on there. So then I was like, oh, good to know. And then I left, never getting my services again. I don't know if she noticed, but that's kind of the point, you know. It's oh no, my whole jacket's illegal. Fuck, guys, we have to burn it. Heard something outside my room. That was horrifying. Just take everything off of it, return it to the store. I don't remember. This one gets a bit confusing now, but I think I did in the rose I have with the knife through it. That one is actually one of my dad's designs that he has, because my dad is just so Sigma and cool. And I was like, this is skill. So I liked it because it was emo, it had the knife in it and everything, and I'm edgy like that. I'm jerking my peanut right now, don't mind it, I have bad mosquito bites. You can see in some of the pictures. No, wait, before that one it was my church.
Oops.
Yeah, it was my church, because that was my first, like, shading attempt, and as you can see it was bad, but that's because I also don't have actual shader needles. I shade with liners. So, very stipply, which was not the look I was going for. And then it was my rose on the other leg, I'm pretty sure. It was that after, because you can see the shading on that one is still kind of ass too. The church, the burning church tattoo I have is pretty self-explanatory with its meaning, so I will not elaborate. Also, to save my ass, I shouldn't elaborate. Let's just say, there's somebody that I know, who pisses me off to no end, and it was mostly when, like, it was shorts weather. I was, like, really hoping that this person would see it and be like, yeah, because we will have a lifelong feud, I do not care. Somewhere in there ended up my sulfuric cross, which is also called the, like, satanic cross, I think. Fuck, I don't really remember. It's either, no, because it's Lucifer's sigil, and then the satanic cross. Yeah, a big reason why I got that was after I found out my religion, kind of. And you see that is contradictory because of the church, and me no like religion. The satanic temple. Hashtag they are just so peak. So that's also why
I wear this all the time.
So I actually forgot there was another tattoo in there way at the start. Not this one first, I remember. This one was like a bit past. This video is horrible. I did this one first, before I did this one. And then whatever. I did them at some point. And this is obviously the, like, Marilyn Manson's cross. There it is, right there. One of my super early on leg tattoos as well was the YOLO I have above my knee, because, like, as much as people are like, YOLO, I kind of do, like, agree with it. It's kind of like, shit, okay. We're not gonna get too much into that, because I know people believe different shit about, like, death and stuff, so we're just gonna leave it. So I was like, oh, this is cool, and then I saw the design with the hearts in it, and I was like, okay, yes, peak. And it doesn't really fit my, like, the rest of everything, like, a whole bunch, but I'm glad it's there. That one was bad, because I was like, okay, let's see how a knee tattoo is. Horrible for that one. Just absolutely
Disgusting.
We'll just go in random order now, because I do not remember. I have my Be Obscene one, This one was done in a park, actually. Done by myself, by the way. And it didn't always look like that. It looked a lot skinnier and like pretty much just like a straight line. Like it wasn't built up like that is now. That one is also a Manson reference if you could not tell. After I bulked it up, then I kind of hated it because then it was bulked up with like anything else, and I was like, okay, this needs to be fixed before summer or something. So then I bulked it up even further, made the letters have like thingies that just come off of them because I was like, this is so edge. And then I added the like lips, and sometimes to me it looks like fucking buck teeth. It's supposed to be a gun. Some people say they can't see it, but I don't know if I fully believe that. But I also have never done lips before, so that was a experience and a half. Then at some point I got let's go back to my arm actually, because there's so much shit on here that I have not talked about. So in regards to the 27 Club in specific, we have Kurt Cobain's shield. That's actually a video, I think I still have it up on my Instagram. I did the whole video where you can see that, and in that you can see that I don't have this, definitely not that. I might have that, and I might have that, but it was still pretty early on in my sleeve. But I'm pretty sure I had this before that. So Kurt Cobain, like I said in that video, is a huge inspiration. But like I just say, not so much Nirvana, as in Kurt as a person was an inspo. I never really listened to much of Nirvana, in all honesty. My BD, B-Hearty. So this one, I like to, when people ask what it is, because I always wait for it when like I meet new people and they're like, just about any of them, honestly. But this one, so obviously it's Brian Dennehy, but, well, maybe not obviously, but that's who that is. But I like to bait people. I'm like,
Oh, that's me and my boyfriend's initials.
I don't like Brian Dennehy like that. See, I have some other huzz. He's actually playing in the background live at my house right now. But I like to just bait people because I'm cool like that. This was with the green. It was hard to fill it in the first time because it got really infected because I was also swimming in the river. So, like, the entire heart was, like, peeled out and concave in there. It was horrible. It was totally my fault, but it was horrifying. And so I had to go over it. And yeah, I really like this one. It's very cute. Some of the color is still missing, but it stuck good enough. My 243 bullet shell, I can't... 1 minute. That was horrifying. Okay, so this is the actual bullet. So this one was really hard to design because I was trying to trace this, like the straight line like that, on the stencil paper. So it was really hard to get everything how it is. And my bullet, especially on the bottom, oh, I'll just zoom in on this picture, but it's like very lopsided. It was going all fine up until then. And then, yeah, I did the numbers in a cool font because even though they're on the bottom, it still looks cool. And the symbolism behind it is just bullets are cool. And also, this was not the exact one, unfortunately, but this was from the same type of gun that I used when I was hunting. I'll show you pictures of that. So yeah, that's where that one came from. That one also, because I had to try to make the line straight, so I was going really slowly. And I cut, like, I fucking destroyed it. It was so scarred. Yeah, I can probably find pictures of it, I don't know, but it was bad. So I had to keep going over it after it scarred up, and it was just unbelievably concave in there too. It was... never again. I safety pins, and as you saw on my bullet necklace as well, I have a safety pin on there as well for just, like, more mental health and, like, the whole safe space thing. Like, if you're wearing it out in public, people know that you're, like, a safe person to go to. That one, originally, when I was gonna do the picture I found, it's on my Pinterest, you can find my whole, like, just public tattoo board, was originally, like, a closed one, an open one, and then, like, a straight one, I think, like, just open, like, all the way. Or no, one of them was, like, going through the skin, I think, or through whatever, like, you know? So I was originally gonna do all three of them, but then I kind of wanted, at last minute, I was like, I think it'd be kind of cool if they crossed over. So I had to make them even, like, and evenly leveled with each other too, so that was really hard. Then I have... This arm is the most meaningful if you can't tell. It's been a theme, that's why I call it my sleeve, but it needs a whole bunch more shit, and I do not care if it ages poorly. Cherries, which are actually little skulls, I messed them up, but we're just not going to talk about that. This one ended up being way more fine line than I wanted to, so I'm kind of upset with how it turned out. But the cherries can mean, like, fertility and stuff like that, and, like, I think femininity or something, and skulls are, like, a death thing. Or, you know, like, well, it's just a skull in general, like, that guy's dead up there. Oh, same with the rattle head up there, too. So, I was just like, okay, skulls are kind of, like, you know, associated with death and shit. So, I was like, what if we combined them to make, like, a death of fertility? Death of fertility was specifically what I was going for, because I don't want to get too political or anything, but, so, I will not be having any children. One is, it's really bad and faded right now, so don't worry, I have to go over it. This one was for Cassie, as you all know. I put up a shelf over there for her. That's all we're gonna talk about for that one. This one is the same one, again, that Manson has, in a different font, though. It is just etc., which I think his meaning for it, like, behind it, him getting it, was, like, in news headlines and stuff, when it would say, like, oh, this happened, etc., like, or, you know, like, comma, whatever. It was, like, it was, you know, like, out of support for the etc. people, just, like, you know, like, it would state, like, oh, this specific person died, and, like, many others were injured, or something like that, you know, like, something where it just kind of diminishes the, like, whole importance of it, almost. Like, I'm horrible at explaining it, but, like, hopefully you guys get that. And I was like, that is just so deep and just so peak. And also I wanted to try how much it would hurt there. It had to be there because I have plans for this whole part of my arm, once I can afford it, because I don't want to do it myself. You guys will see that one eventually as well. And moving on, we have Lucy, because it's Lucy. Lucy's just so peak. That's literally the only reason I was like, oh, cute. So yeah, plus I like the show. That was, like, one of my first stupid ones, because it doesn't really have much of a meaning, and some people are very, like, insistent on all tattoos have to have a meaning. For me personally, I like them if they do, like, on me or something in specific. That's why a lot of them have meaning, but a lot of them also, well, not a lot, but some of them also don't. This one took me quite a while to do. It took me, like, I think a couple weeks, only because I did the whole, you know, outline first. And then I did, you know, the inside lines and stuff. And then, I went up to the store, and my pants rubbing against that while it was fresh. It was horrible to finish the bottom job with those details. And then I waited till that healed to make sure it wouldn't get, like, infected and just, like, rot. I waited till it was healed to shade it, so that's only why that took me that long. Let's go to because I almost forgot about it, my Molotov cocktail. It's the same reason I have the anarchy and the burning church and the words here, which we'll get to in a second. I had to use a separate size needle, but I really tried hard to make the Molotov cocktail look the same vibe as the church, even though they're from separate, like, things. So it kind of worked, but I was on purpose trying to make it look more stipply than it is. So yeah, my words, we've got refuse, resist, rebel, revolt. I forget the order every time, but same reason. You can also find on my Pinterest, I think, there's a guy who has it, like, really big on his arm, and I thought about doing that too. I was gonna do it over here, but I couldn't reach, like, back there, and it was also not gonna be that visible in here, so I did it down there. My scorpion. I will promise It was when I got really heavily into Megadeth. Their song, The Scorpion, I just really liked it. Like, the song, I was just like, ah, it's such a banger. Plus, I can play most of it. I'll release a cover soon if I haven't already, if you guys want to see that, even though it's gonna be very shitty. And then, instead of just making it a regular Scorpion, I saw one design. So I saw, like, the main body design of my Scorpion is all the same, except for I changed some of the legs around because it looked weird. I redid the claws because they looked more like crab claws than scorpion claws. So I was like, yeah, we're changing all of that. And then the tail was originally a normal, scorpion tail. But then I saw one design that had a rose on the end of it, and I was like, oh, hold on, this is revolutionary. So I did that because I was like, wait, this is just peak as hell. Mostly the song, but also I just think Scorpion was kind of cool. Like, I originally wanted two, like, right there, but that passed pretty quick. Plus, he's like a bit of a tease. That one, when I did that, I was very, very sleep deprived. So, but I wanted a tattoo, so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do it. And then I dragged so much of it that it was like pretty much all infected. The stem, which is all blackout, was hugely like infected, and just it was like a whole trench in there. Mariana's Trench in my Scorpion. I had to wait a long time to reshade some parts and outline the whole thing, but finally you can actually tell what everything is. Because at first, when the outline was so bad, especially on the flower, it was like, if you look hard enough at it, you can tell that it's a flower, but the shading is so dark in there, and that's not at all what I meant to do. Oh, my heart, my little Manson heart, yes, it's Manson, again. He has it where? I think he has it on his hand somewhere. I really, really like his album Eat Me, Drink Me. It's just so peak. Except for Evan all over it. But it's my second favorite of, like, all time of his albums. First is We Are Chaos because it's peak. I like all of them. Of course I do. They're all over there. But that one is just like, I just love the vibe of it so much, plus I can play a couple songs off of it, kind of. I've seen people with, like, the stars, like Jake Weber, the stars there, or some people do have hearts there. Like, I think it was Bam. He has the him logo there, and I was like, oh, that one is Manson Heart, as much as Johnny Gilbert pisses me off with that. Don't get the tattoo and then say that it's not Manson when it literally is. We'll leave it at that. Oh, my skull with the maze in it. We can infer some meaning from that. Did you see that? What was that? So it's just like, it's cool, And I also had to change the design of it a little bit. It was a lot more stretched out than I ended up making it in the final design, just because I thought it looked better. Looking back, I kind of don't like how it turned out, but that's okay. My bass clef, or my little, like, sad guy, is an ode to, my back there, and how I will be in that band one day. You guys will hear Biggerton Riggerton on stage, and I'll just be so much cooler than I am now. I'm not in my final form yet. So, I think that's it. 28 instead of 27. Oops. No, I missed one. 28 was, the loser lover tattoo from It, because I love It. You can see my It Pinterest board, too. I'm so just nonchalant. I don't know if I have any other ones. I've used up a total of, like, I don't know what that says over there, but 80-something needles now. Some are unaccounted for in the very early days when I wasn't saving them, but that's my glam tour, guys. Oh, I'm just so peak.